It started with a simple radio call. "Command, do you copy?" Then, static. The sky went dark, not with clouds, but with something massive. Engines died, lights shut off, phones stopped working. And above every major city on Earth, they appeared. They didn't fire, they didn't attack, they just watched. The patrol truck moved slowly down the quiet road near the edge of the city. It was early evening. The sky was orange and soft. Shops were closing. People were walking home. It felt like any other normal day. Inside the truck, one soldier held the radio. "Command, this is patrol unit. Routine check. Do you copy?" Only static answered. He frowned and adjusted the dial. "Command, do you copy?" More static. Another soldier looked up from his seat. "Signal problem? Maybe," the radio operator replied. "It was fine 5 minutes ago." The truck rolled forward. Then suddenly, the engine made a strange sound. It coughed once, then again, and died. The vehicle stopped in the middle of the road. "What just happened?" someone muttered. They tried the ignition. Nothing. Around them, other cars also rolled to a stop. Drivers stepped out, confused. Streetlights flickered once, twice, then went dark. The soldier with the radio slowly stepped out of the truck. "Okay, this isn't normal." Another soldier pointed toward the skyline. "Look." At first, it looked like a dark cloud. But the wind was blowing east, and the cloud was not moving at all. It was too solid, too smooth, and too large. The shape stretched across half the sky above the city. People began stopping in the street. "Is that smoke?" "No, it's too perfect." The air felt heavy, like before a storm, but there were no clouds, no thunder, just that massive shadow. The radio suddenly let out a loud burst of static. Everyone jumped, then silence again. One soldier whispered, "Tell me that's a weather balloon." No one laughed. The dark shape began to move, not across the sky, down, slowly, very slowly. The orange sunlight faded as the shadow covered the city. The temperature seemed to drop. Somewhere nearby, a child started crying. A woman shouted, "Get inside! Everyone get inside!" The soldiers raised their rifles, even though they had no idea what they were aiming at. "Command, respond!" The radio operator tried again. "We have a massive object above the city." Nothing. Then, a low hum filled the air. It was not loud, but it was deep. It vibrated through the ground and into their bones. Windows trembled. Car alarms tried to go off, but died halfway. The dark shape lowered further. Now it was clear. It was not a cloud. It was a ship. Huge, smooth, curved like flowing water. No wings, no visible engines, no flashing lights. It looked alive. One soldier stepped back slowly. "That's not ours." Another swallowed hard. "Then whose is it?" The ship stopped descending and hovered above the city. For 10 long seconds, nothing happened. No attack, no sound, except the hum, just watching. Then every device that still had power turned on at once. Car radios crackled. Emergency speakers buzzed. A few phones with low battery screens flickered to life. The soldier's radio suddenly cleared. A voice came through, calm, cold. "We are here." The words echoed from every direction. People covered their ears. One soldier whispered, "Here. For what?" The sky did not answer. The ship remained still. Then blue beams of light shot downward from its surface. They did not burn. They scanned, slowly sweeping across buildings, streets, and people. A man below shouted, "Are they scanning us?" The beams passed over the soldiers. Their equipment shut off instantly. Night vision screens went black. Digital watches froze. The hum grew stronger. "Should we fire?" one soldier asked quietly. His hands were shaking. The leader hesitated. "They haven't attacked, but they could. We don't even know what that thing is." The beams suddenly stopped. The hum faded. Silence returned. Complete silence. Even the wind felt gone. The ship hovered there like a giant eye in the sky. Then, without warning, it began rising again. Slow, controlled. People watched in fear as it climbed higher. But it did not leave. It stayed above the clouds, waiting. The radio crackled again. The same voice returned. "Observation in progress." A soldier looked at the others. "Observation?" Another replied quietly. "They're studying us." The words felt heavier than the ship itself. In the distance, sirens began to sound. Emergency vehicles tried to move through the dark streets. The city was still without power. News helicopters attempted to take off, but their engines failed. Everything mechanical felt weak, small, useless. People gathered in the streets, staring upward. Some prayed. Some recorded with dead phones, hoping they would turn back on. One older man whispered, "This is the end." A young woman shook her head. "No. If they wanted us gone, we'd already be gone." That thought spread slowly through the crowd. They had the power, but they had not attacked. Yet, the soldiers regrouped near their disabled truck. "What are we supposed to do?" someone asked. "Stand ready," the leader answered. "For what?" He looked up at the shadow above the clouds. "For whatever comes next." High above, hidden inside the darkness, faint lights flickered along the surface of the ship, like signals, like communication. And far beyond what human eyes could see, more shapes moved behind the clouds. The first ship was not alone. Another voice transmission came, softer this time. "Assessment Phase 1 complete." The soldiers looked at each other. "Phase 1? One repeated slowly. The hum returned, weaker now. The massive ship began drifting sideways across the sky, as if moving to another position, another part of the city, another group of people, another test. The patrol stood there helpless, rifles lowered, watching the impossible. One soldier finally said what everyone was thinking. They didn't come in peace. No one disagreed. Above them, the sky was no longer empty. It was watching. And humanity had just become a subject. As the ship disappeared deeper into the clouds, a new signal reached every remaining powered device on Earth. Evaluation continues. And somewhere far above the planet, something much larger was waiting its turn.